Hey 19, here's some recommendations from me and AJ to help you get through the astrology of the time as well as the fascism of the time. Stay strong.
First, Have I Got News For You, which is a show on HBO Max or CNN, both I think. Used to be a British show. They made an American version with Amber Ruffin, Roy Wood Jr., and Michael Ian Black. Phenomenal people. Super smart, super funny. Love it. Staying current while laughing. You know, we need it. We love to see it. Second, High Garden Tea. I used to work for them, so there's that, but it really is just the best tea you can get. They're so ethical, smart, and thoughtful about the way that they source their herbs and tea. Like, you can buy from them and know that you're, like, not doing anything bad, which is just a real get in this economy. Okay. And then, The Guardian and NPR News. I know we're all trying to avoid it, and I do recommend being, like, you know, mindful about it. Like, I don't scroll and just refresh news things all day, but if we're gonna fight fascism, we have to know what it's up to. You know what I mean? So, on the national platform, NPR and The Guardian are my two reliables. And then if you're in Chicago, the Tribe and occasionally Block Club, phenomenal. And then I also recommend, I'm forgetting. What do I recommend to you guys? Shit, let me think. Well, one thing I was going to actually recommend legitimately. Oh, wait, I'm remembering now. Welcome to What It's Like. This is just what it's like talking with me. Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. I've really been enjoying just daily. You can pick 10 minutes to an hour. You can pick different body parts, different times a day, all sorts of things. And I've just been doing it every day, and it's really been giving me life. Look at that sunlight. Oh, and that leads me to my next one. Look at the sky. Just, you can see trees penetrating blue sky. If that doesn't give you a little bit of hope. Oh, and would you look at that? Hang on, let's see. Oh, I'm gonna be dizzy. How do I? Am I your dad on the phone like this? Just calling you like this? Hang on, somewhere over there in the trees is the moon. I can't see well enough on my screen, but it's over there. But if you look up at the sky, even here in Pilsen, Chicago, I've been able to see 18 stars on a clear night, including Orion. Got to watch some eclipses, eclipse eye. Look up, look at the sky, even when it's gray and cloudy. Sometimes it looks really cool to see a gray background and other things like popping against that. Just like observe, enjoy, let yourself be present. Who gives a shit? There was something else, but I forget. Anyway, more soon. Oh wait, I remember. This is literally my whole life and career. But volunteer, get active, get out there. There's so many ways to do it. There's so many entry points. You can go to pretty much any nonprofit that, like, Google something in the world that you're like, this is fucked up. Why is no one doing something about it? Promise you, someone fucking is trying to, and they need your help. Google that issue, find a nonprofit that's working on it, ask them if they want to volunteer. I would guess their answer is yes. If you need a little, like, support, if it's feeling intimidating, there's organizations like Chicago Cares, New York Cares, Hands on Atlanta, United Way, LA Works, Hands on Phoenix, Boston Cares, just myriad of these organizations that you can reach out to and say, I want to volunteer, but I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to get started. It's overwhelming. I care about too many things. I care about everything. They can help you out. You can even go to organizations like Our Revolution if you're feeling more politically motivated. If you're like me, a Bernie bro for life, woo. Go to Our Revolution. You can see where to help campaign for politicians that we fucking need in office, and or to volunteer at like marches and stuff. You can attend a march, but you can also like help work that march, which is super important. Yeah, so get involved. And classical music, it's so good, and we underestimate it as like background noise. Like, yeah, use it when you work because it makes you more productive or whatever, fucking capitalism. But listen to it for funsies. Walk around a park like I'm doing and listen to some goddamn Beethoven. Oh my god, wait, there's the moon again. Hang on. Let's see. It's hard when... Oh, do you see it? It's right above my head. I'm pointing at my screen as if you can see this. Hang on. There it is. It looked like I just put a penis on here. I promise it's my finger, not a penis. And last but not least, libraries. Go get your library card if you haven't already. Hang out in a library. Look at events going on at libraries. We're also in need of third spaces, people keep saying. And I'm like, I totally agree. So, you know, get your library card. Like, sometimes they show films. They have stuff for kids if you've got kids in your life. They have book signings and readings. You know, books are good. Okay, those are really it. More soon.
Hi, friends. Happy Mercury retrograde and eclipse season to all of you. I am hopeful that we are all doing the best we can to take care of ourselves during these turbulent times, to say the least. Some recommendations from me. As always, I mean, I feel that we talk about her every episode, and this is the closest thing I have to a religious practice, but Chani Nicholas, anything by Chani Nicholas, whether that's following her on social media, downloading her app, which I highly recommend. Her app actually is doing a 30-day free trial or something through eclipse season right now. So we will make sure to put those details in the show notes for you. But highly recommend getting astrological guidance from Chani now and always. For us here at the pod, the app is particularly helpful because in addition to the astrology information, there are also guided meditations that are in fact tailored to kind of what the astrology is for that particular day, what you might be experiencing or focusing on, or themes that might be coming up. But then, of course, there's a whole library that you can browse through. Also, journal prompts. I highly recommend using the journal prompts. I love a guided journaling reflection moment. These are all things that are included in the Chani app. So obviously, highly recommend that, just like we do every week. Also, another one that we have recommended before, but I will continue to recommend forever, is the podcast Vibe Check. It is now a shared favorite of both of us, but Adrianna kindly let me be the one to talk about it. But very much a podcast that feels like you're talking to several very smart friends who are also really funny and writers and artists in their own right. Talking about both like serious current events shit and also like funny, ridiculous pop culture shit. Highly recommend. In particular, there's a recent episode with a scholar whose name I am forgetting, but who has written a book about Toni Morrison, and very good episode. So we'll reference that one as well. But any Vibe Check episode you can get your hands on will support you through this time. I also, Adrianna's been asking me, like, what are you doing with your free time? How are you entertaining yourself? What are you consuming right now? And for me, it's just a lot of poetry. So if you are an Instagram person, I recommend the account, Poetry is Not a Luxury. That is the handle. The person who runs that account has also put out a book, like sort of, what's it called when you collect a bunch of other people's poems and sort of put them together in a collection. God, I'm going to sit up in the middle of the night, like mid-sleep, and that word is going to occur to me, whatever the word is. But a collection of poetry, it's grouped by season. So in particular, the poems about winter right now are speaking to me as we're in this seemingly fucking endless winter here in Brooklyn. So highly recommend any way you can get your hands on poetry. I have a friend who is challenging herself right now to not to not be on her phone so often, and to not take her phone into the bathroom with her in particular. So she's keeping poetry books in her bathroom so that anytime she goes to the bathroom, she can read a poem. Highly recommend. Poetry for me, the reason that I love it is that it can be so bite-sized. You can read a poem and it can take you a minute to read. Of course, there are longer poems. You know this probably. If you don't, hey, there are some poems that are short and some that are long. It's amazing. It's just like literally any other form of writing. But I enjoy that about poetry. I enjoy that I can spend just a couple minutes, scrolling through and finding something that speaks to me. And it's a kind of brief, intense moment in time. And I find that very helpful and therapeutic when Mercury retrograde is absolutely kicking the shit out of us. So with that, I hope that each and every one of you is taking good care and hugging your people close and doing what you need to do, finding the things that bring you small pockets of joy during a chaotic and turbulent fucking time. Anyway, we're soon.
Please enjoy this visual poem to take you out of this episode. Stay strong out there.